Greetings all, this is Precious, the new Jamaican, and welcome to my channel. My channel is growing and I owe it all to you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And to those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And please subscribe and become a part of this family. As you can see, I am videoing from a different location, work, and the remainder of this video was previously filmed in my usual setting. So I hope this is not too much of a distraction. As you may recall from my last video, I talked about the U.S. Immigration and Nationality Act. And this video is a bit of a continuation. Well, only with respect to the very first portion of this video. So here's a recap. So you can lose your U.S. national status by 1. Obtaining naturalization in a foreign state. 2. Taking an oath, affirmation, or other form of declaration of allegiance to a foreign state or its political subdivisions. 3. Becoming a member of the armed forces of a foreign state that is hostile to the United States. Well, that one's obvious. Or serving as a commissioned or non-commissioned officer in the armed forces of any foreign state, hostile or not. 4. Accepting employment with foreign government where A, one has the nationality of that foreign state, or B, an oath of declaration of allegiance is required in accepting the position. 5. Formally renouncing U.S. nationality before a U.S. diplomat or consular officer outside of the U.S. 6. Formally renouncing nationality within the United States. And 7, conviction for an act of treason against the government of the United States or for attempting by force to overthrow or bear arms against the government of the United States. The act says that in order to lose your U.S. national status, you must do the previously mentioned not only voluntarily, but also with the intent of relinquishing your U.S. nationality. So if you do any of these 4 things, you're all good. You will have to do these things with the affirmatively explicit, unequivocal intention of giving up your U.S. citizenship in order for your U.S. national status to be in jeopardy. So I had to decide what of my old American life will I retain, be it tangible or intangible, so to speak. So that is what I will be sharing with you today in this video. Shall I or shan't I? So, shall I or shan't I? The US is a trip. I mean, a real trip. But I guess I'm not that mad at her, so yeah, I guess I'll keep my U.S. national status. Now, truth be told, I was expressly informed to keep my driver's license and show it if I'm ever stopped by Jamaican police. If you are stopped by the police and have a foreign license, they are less likely to give you a hard time, I'm told. Now, listen, do not say I'm suggesting you drive reckless or maintain some unlawful demeanor. I'm just saying, make your life as easy as possible. Besides, if you are returning to the States often, it's going to be better for you to have a U.S. driver's license. Otherwise, there are limits on how long you can drive on a foreign license, and each state has its own separate rules. You may need an international driver's permit, which of course only works with a valid driver's license and is only good for up to about 12 months. By the way, anyone trying to sell you an IDP for longer than that or tells you you can drive anywhere in the world on this is a scammer or just confused. It's not true. Do your own research. So that said, I shall keep my driver's license. I'm a notary public. I use it for work. I have to renew my commission every 5 years. On the other hand, Jamaican notaries commissions last a lifetime. I can't see any reason I would need my notary in Jamaica. Well, actually, there is one reason. I have on occasion notarized the signature of Jamaican citizens who are pensioners for their life certificates. You can get a JP to sign it and stamp it, or a US notary. So I have done that. A life certificate is a document that is issued by the Jamaican Accountant General's Office for pensioners to show that they are still alive and eligible to receive their monthly pensions. So I guess I can do it if need be. Also, if there happens to be someone who needs a U.S. document certified for maybe a TRN application or citizenship application, I can do that. Remember in my Getting a TRN or Did You Know videos, I explained what getting documents certified mean. If you've not watched those videos, please go back and do so. So yeah, I mean, I can keep my notary for that purpose, but once it expires, I think I'm done. So I shall for a little while and then I shan't. I have other certifications for business, but I'm not sure I would keep those at all. I'll have to think about that a little longer, but I'm thinking, nah, I shan't. But for you, if you have certifications that you need for work and you'll be able to work remotely, well, yes, keep your certifications and licenses. You never know. Speaking of a U.S. license, you need a U.S. address. Well, for me, I'll maintain a U.S. address for a while as we will be returning back and forth for a spell. Now, will we do that forever? Not a chance. So, as for a U.S. address, short term, I shall keep it. Long term, I shan't. Now, for you, you must think about what works best for you. And there is a cost factor in having a U.S. address. So, yeah. Well, my husband and I talked about this. Since we will be maintaining a stateside business for a while, we want people to be able to contact us without having to make an international phone call. That means a cell phone plan that can work in Jamaica. But I really just don't like the idea of this cost. But what can I do? Well, I guess we can go the VoIP phone service route like Magic Jack, and that's still an option. For those of you who do not know, VoIP is Voice over Internet Protocol. It's the alternative to public switch telephone network, which is the regular telephone service that we all know. There are other VoIP service providers, but Magic Jack was the first one, so I'll put a link to that company's website in the description below. So as for our US phone numbers, I don't know, still on the fence. Well, I don't want to. And can you blame me or any Black American considering our history with vaccines in America? You really cannot blame us. Look, I won't go into whether there really is a virus. I know too many people who have gotten it. Some have gotten slightly ill, some have gotten crazy ill. I know people who have died from it. None of that is my point. I will not get into political discussions, be they legitimate, sincere, or conspiratorial. I will not get into the efficacy of the vaccine. I will not get into how quickly the vaccines came out. I understand they are based on decades of scientific research in opposition to what anti-vaxxers say. But I will say this, I'd rather not. But that said, I am also a realist. And if I'm going to be traveling internationally, I likely will eventually have to get the vaccine. At least I think so. Um, I insist on my life being as complex free and hassle free as possible. Now, that is not to say that I have no free will and I just do as I'm told. But there comes a time when you, or should I say I, just want to do what is best and move on with my life and make things as normal as possible. If I told you my personal story about control by others and authority, you better understand how I truly will not allow myself to be controlled by anyone. Not the man, not government, and certainly not by self-proclaimed leaders who insist that listening to those in authority, government, science, etc., is tantamount to being a sheep, totally dismissing the fact that anyone following the self-proclaimed leader or authority on any topic, be it religious, political, scientific, or whatever, with no real legitimacy whatsoever, is in fact the epitome of being a sheep. I've lived that life. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. I will never, ever go back to that. Never. But that said, I still do not want to take the vaccine. But listen, I trust my ancestors. I trust my spirit guides. I trust the universe and the strong sense of self and reliance on them, along with my efforts at maintaining a healthy diet and exercise regimen to protect myself from COVID, the vaccine, and anything else. So I am covered. Yeah, so eventually, somewhat reluctantly, I shall. So tell me, what about you? Are you going to take the vaccine? If so, which one? If so, which country? Do you trust them? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section down below. Well, that's going to do it for today on whether I shall or I shan't. I know it got a little heavy at the end. But listen, I want to thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave any comments down below, and feel free to share this video. Also, please remember to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. If you've not done so, please go back and give my other videos a watch, a like, a comment, and share them as well. Signing off for now. Love, joy, and health to you. Until we meet again, stay conscious and stay connected. Peace. I wanted to give you a heads up that my next video will be on dealing with customs and dealing with shippers. So stay tuned for that.